Hey guys, welcome back to BPGR Unloaded, and today we're going to talk about non-lethal forms of self-defense. So, a lot of these I'm not going to support in any way, and one of them I don't actually have one here to show you, but we're going to go into. So, this one I would never recommend carrying for any reason. This is an air horn. They do word this as a safety product. Essentially, if you were getting mugged or attacked, you would blow this horn. And it is very loud. So warning to headphone users. Got a few seconds here to turn it down. Good. Alright. Nice and loud. Now, that was pretty close to my ear, and I'm alright. But the whole thing is someone else is supposed to hear it and come to your rescue. Now, if you think of it this way, how many of us hear car alarms at night, and if we can't see it from our window, we don't go and investigate it? It's not my car, and I can't see it, and it's not my neighbor's cars, and I can't see it, I'm not going to go outside in the middle of the night and start looking for it. Now, a lot of people I know don't even go and check for the car alarm. I at least do that. But to give you an idea, my wife, when she got mugged, she was in a Walmart parking lot, it was late at night, there were people outside who watched her getting mugged. None of them came over to help. Eventually someone did. But do you really want to have to depend on someone else coming to your rescue to help you, or would you rather your own situation be within your hands and your control? I'm assuming most of you are going to say you would rather maintain some form of control of the situation. So I would not personally carry this as any form of self-defense. This is more like a fun little haha, Nick likes to use it during videos while ranting kind of toy. They're cheap though, but I'm going to tell you now, whatever bad was going to happen to you is probably still going to happen to you. And then they're only going to be more mad, and they're probably going to knock you out just to make sure you can't blow the horn again. Second would be a stun gun or a taser. Either or, you can have your pick. They are essentially the same thing. The difference between a stun gun and a taser is I have to be able to touch you with that front end, whereas the taser has some little barbs that shoot out. They are good up to 15 feet. So you have to know that the person is within 15 feet, and if they aren't, you can't shoot it at them because you're going to miss. Secondly, it has little laser. Some of them have little laser pointer sights on the taser. And taser specifically referring to a brand, not even the specific product, but here in the US we like to associate brands in certain products. So, taser will shoot out. Both barbs have to hit the person because that's the way it does its circuit, and that's the way it'll connect, and that's the way it'll transfer the electricity into the person to shock them. So if you miss with one of the barbs and hit with the other, not a big deal. They're not going to get shocked at all. But then if you miss altogether, you also have to change out a cartridge because you get one shot. So that's kind of a problem with a taser in general. Now with the taser too, it has a stun gun at the very end of it. This one also has a built-in flashlight. This guy was apparently one of the best rated ones on Amazon. Now they tell you to do that and it'll scare off whoever's going to attack you. Again, just like this, it's probably not. Now I've been stunned before by a less powerful taser or stun gun than this. They hurt, but they're not incapacitating. There's plenty of people that it doesn't even hurt. They can go right through them. We will be testing these at some point. I know you all want to see me get shocked. But also don't ever hold down the button for more than a second because the electricity, again, it completes a circuit with your body and it dumbs down the electricity before it goes back into the handle, and essentially holding it in the air can fry the device. So you could wind up with this not being charged, being dead. You wouldn't know if it's charged or not. They have a little safety pin too. You can put it in and use, like, they have a, what's it called? a lanyard, like a little wrist strap, so if it gets taken away from you by the attacker, then it won't be able to shock you. But these are non-lethal. This would not kill someone unless you like held it directly onto their heart for probably minutes on end. It supposedly induces 300 million volts, is what the company says, and this is by a company called Vipertech. Again, this is one of their high-rated on Amazon devices. Lots of reviews, even people on review sites raved about this device. So we will eventually test that and put it to the test. But again, as I said, there are plenty of people who've been tased, have been stunned, and it doesn't affect them. So again, that could be a very, very bad thing to trust your life in the hands of. I know a lot of people don't feel comfortable carrying a firearm. That is why a lot of people look to these non-lethal efforts of being able to defend themselves. I wouldn't trust my life in the hands of a stun gun. I wouldn't trust my wife's life in the hands of a stun gun. I would rather her carry an actual firearm. But we'll get into that too here in a second. I also want to talk about how, since this says 300 million volts, that's not true. It cannot give out 300 million volts. The second that electricity goes out into the air, a lot of that's already dispersing. Also, volts aren't actually a measurement of how much damage this is going to do or how much pain it will induce. Volts don't even accurately reflect the strength of this device. You can go research that on your own time. I don't really feel like getting into electricity and components in this video. Maybe I'll eventually touch on it. But again, since I'm trying to tell you I don't think it's a great version or a great manner of protecting yourself, I probably just wouldn't recommend going with one in general unless that is your only option. Especially because most criminals aren't going to be scared off by that. The guy who mugged my wife was drunk and had a prior record. I'm pretty sure the stun gun wouldn't even have startled him. So then, lastly, and this is the one I don't have here on my person at the moment, would be pepper spray, or mace. They are the same thing. Mace is a company that makes pepper spray. Saber, which is also the company that makes this air horn and several stun guns as well, also is a company that makes pepper spray. So, pepper spray essentially can temporarily blind you, more or less due to the pain of you not being able to open your eyes. That's if you get it into their eyes. Now, pepper spray, if they have sensitive skin, it will agitate their skin pretty bad too. I'm not saying it wouldn't burn on my skin, but someone with more sensitive skin would be in a lot more pain than what I would from pepper spray. Pepper spray, your downside is this. You can't use it if they're close to you. So if we're within a certain distance, it's going to affect me too. And there's a good chance some of it's going to splash off and land on me. So you also have to be able to aim it. Well, pepper spray isn't the easiest thing to aim either. It is a little pressurized, and it comes out as like a little faucet of liquid. So it's probably not like what a lot of you think, where it comes out as like an aerosol. It is like a beam of liquid, like out of a super soaker. But not as much. Now, pepper spray does burn, and if you do get it on your assailant, they are going to be in pain, and they probably are not going to be able to see or open their eyes to keep attacking you. And the big part with pepper spray is if he goes to touch himself, then it's going to be everywhere else that he winds up touching, and it does burn. If I had to tell you to go with something non-lethal for your self-defense, pepper spray would probably be the one I would tell you to go with, but I would still tell you to go with a firearm or a knife first. Even this has a lot more scare and power than what those have. But I also have a very strong chance that if I stab someone with this, they're dying. And here's the thing you really have to think about. If I agitate them, I'm going to die or get hurt further. If I agitate them, I'm going to die or get hurt further. Or if I miss with the pepper spray, again, I could potentially die or get hurt further. So, honestly, I get a lot of people don't want to use something lethal, but in self-defense situations, that's your best bet for honestly you and your family's safety. Um, I know that sounds intense, but if you kill the person, you don't have to worry about, even if I shoot someone in the shoulder. So let's say I'm shooting a home invader and I shoot them in the shoulder. Okay, if I go down and my shoulder's gonna hurt, but I can still draw my firearm. I could still easily get something off and still potentially cause harm to the people you were trying to protect, whether it be yourself or your family. So I would really question yourself on what means more to you. On, do I want to hurt this person? And trust me, it's most people don't ever want to think that they would have to draw their firearm and ever have to shoot someone. Again, I really wish my wife would have had a firearm when she got mugged. And we'll go into different ways to carry too. That's going to be another thing we're going to talk about in a video, and how you should carry. So, guys, let me know what you think about the different forms of non-lethal self-defense that I talked about here. Obviously, we didn't get into batons or anything like that, but we went into the stuff that's more easily concealed. So let me know what you guys think about it, and if you feel that any of these are a proper substitute for a firearm in a self-defense situation. But let me know in the comments down below, guys. I'll see you all soon, and don't forget to drop a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video.